It's been 3 years. How long is this gonna take?
You ain't never finishing that map, Avid.
Your map is never going to be as good as another 3 years on this
that map is never going to get finished if you keep working this
long
slow.
to finish this map.
You're getting so slow.
You can't do this
years
alone.
You've been working on this map.
3 years it's taken.
How can it take this long to build one adventure map?
You can't do this alone.
You need help.
It's gonna win.
You need somebody to help you finish this map, Avid. And we're going to finish this map, Avid. You need to get help on this map. You can't do this alone.
What? There's something I've got to do.
Find my way. Find my way.
Editor Avid, what are you doing? That's the wrong series, man. Oh, all right then. Carry on. Welcome to Avid Adventures. Now, I've spent the last 3 years working on this adventure map at a literal snail's pace. And as I took a nap in one of the many unfinished towns here on my adventure map, I had this crazy dream. And when I woke up, I felt like I needed to do something. And well, I realized there's no way I'm gonna be able to finish this adventure map alone. So I made a few phone calls, and I'm excited to say, for the first time in Avid Adventures history, Avid Adventures has become a creative multiplayer server. And in fact, all of my friends are waiting right down there. So let's all see who's here. Now, before we get to seeing my friends, I wanted to let you guys know that I am releasing an album on December 14th, which means chances are it's probably released by the time you're watching this video. So I highly recommend you check it out in the description of this video. I'll probably pin a comment too to the BANDCAMP, Spotify. I worked so hard on this. So anyways, oh, also it's Bernie's birthday. So wish Bernie a happy birthday. Okay, anyways, back to the episode. Hello, everybody!
Whoa.
Welcome back to the server for those of you who have been here before or tortured by aspects of the server.
Glad to be here, my dude.
Yes, very happy to be here, absolutely.
Why are we here?
Right,
Yeah, that is a good question.
What? Every time, this is great. I gave everyone up. I'm so happy I gave everyone up. As you know, for those who have been to the server, every time you come here, I put you through some kind of torture nexus or make you build something or whatever. But, you know, I realize I've been working on this map for 3 years and it's never getting done. So that's where you come in.
What was that?
Perfect.
Agreed.
Please help me. So what I'm thinking is maybe, you know, I don't want to call it a creative multiplayer server, a CMP, because that seems like, I don't know, ridiculous, but like a creative collaborative experience, a CCE. Yeah.
Starting to sound like a cult.
It's welcome to,
You
yes.
know, in a sense, yes.
Well,
It is.
Can we make it CCP somehow?
Okay.
No. Next question.
What about SCP?
Next question.
I'm super creative
I'm just
people.
here to play the adventure map, and all of my items have been removed.
Oh, are you here to, wait, you're here to be a player?
I mean, I've been a player for a long time.
Great. Yeah, we'll get you all that stuff
You
back.
removed everything from my ender chest.
Everything's gone. Anyways, what I'm thinking is this map is huge, but there is this bay area. I think that's a place that we can all start. So maybe I can show you guys around and we can, you know, you get some inspiration, maybe start building something. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that sounds really good.
Yeah, let's do
Okay.
it.
As long as I get to torture you in the end, that's all that
Fly
matters.
with me. Trog, you can walk, I guess.
Oh, look, it's the place where I beat everyone's record at the 100-player
You
death
did.
ball thing.
Let me get Trog in here. Let's see.
Is there a reason
Hi. Oh no. Oh dear. I've killed Trog. This is called Edgeville. The name isn't actually inspired by one of my favorite games of all time, RuneScape. Just below this place is actually the 100 Traps dungeon.
Ah! I started a thing! Ah! Help!
Oh, did you start the cutscene? Oh yeah, no, don't
I am
fight
in a
it.
cutscene!
Don't fight it. Don't fight it.
Edgeville? Aye, son. They say this town was built on the edge of a magical anomaly. Dad, why did you take me here? We should be in the mines. Man, whoever wrote this doesn't know how to do dialogue. Anyway, you're just like your mother was.
So the reason I show you Edgeville is because this is kind of an example of like a town that is in partial completeness. Okay, everyone head over this way. I'm heading down south this way. Now, I have made some real garbage roads.
Well, you know, there's a few holes in them.
I love this
Whoa.
little section right here.
Yeah, it's pretty. And you can terraform as much as you want. You can do whatever your heart desires. Keeping in mind that whatever you build over here is right next to Crescent Bay, which is these are pirates.
Hey.
So they may have problems with their neighbors.
I saw him checking Timmy's college fund.
Hey, you
so-
stay away from Timmy's college fund, okay?
Wait, I want to say hi to Timmy.
Where is Timmy? I don't know. I think Timmy might be dead.
No, I see Timmy's right here. Come TP to me.
Oh, good. He's still around? Oh, yeah, you found him. And you'll notice these portals around. These can teleport you to a mini quest. It teleports you to the other side dimension. If you have enough levels and you've beaten enough of the quests, you can right click on this and it'll... Actually, wait a second. Please work. Ah! Wonderful. If you ever wanted to decorate one of these things, like they're one of the magical anomalies that like Edgeville's built near one. There's one here and then there's one by Ebonglade. I'm actually gonna have to, oh God, they're gonna kill me. Oh God. All right, you know what? I'm gonna go into this so this disappears. I'll be right back. Other side is heavily inspired by StarCraft 2, you know, like with the Zergs and Sarah Kerrigan and all that lore.
Avid, I'm sorry, I don't know what that is.
You don't know what StarCraft is? Oh my gosh.
I know
is
what it is.
too-
I have never
this-
played it because I only play good games.
This is 2 boomer video game references
I know
in
what
one
it is.
recording session.
I have no idea what that is.
I'm hurting.
StarCraft 2.
I don't know what it is either.
Okay,
Hey,
I'm
first
telling
you
you.
bring up old school RuneScape, and then you bring
Are
up
we
StarCraft
old?
2.
Yes.
Yes,
Because
you
we're
are
old.
old.
Everyone back here.
Oh,
We're gonna continue clockwise, and I'm gonna hide my disappointment. Continuing this way.
Okay.
Ooh, I might do something here, actually.
Yeah.
Can I
You don't
mod
want any
penguins into
Frosties?
this world?
Mods, no, but we could make data pack like entities, possibly. We could, item. Yes,
I might
possibly.
have to commission a custom penguin. We'll see.
That would be really cool. This map was made in 1.17, so we have a couple of like chunk
I love
errors.
these chunk errors. These
But
are
this
so
is all
cool.
fair game, Acacia fair game. And then over here now, this is before Caves and Cliffs. This was a big mountain. This is the Ebonglade Mountain.
Can I build mountain?
You can. Yep.
Build a better mountain.
You can.
Yeah,
Can I
there
build
you
a
go.
rock to mountain?
Most of the command blocks are underground. So yeah, if you stretch this thing up, you would be totally fine. You wouldn't, I don't think you'd break anything. That's cool. Whoever just put the other side trees. Oh my gosh, I love those.
That was me.
That's such a good idea. Over this way is the Copper Crater and the Copper Demon boss. And this whole crater was pre-Axiom as well. So I just had to,
You
I did
actually
it.
use TNT. I remember.
I
this.
did. Yeah, I basically fill blocks around my body as I fly, and then I fly in patterns, and that's how I used to do
I've
it at
done
least.
that.
Yeah.
that's
Oh, that's
Cool.
really cool.
It sucks, actually. Haunted Castle at the end of time. Oh, man, with the fog.
Ah, there it is.
It looks so
Oh, I
good.
wish I had fog.
Ready,
Oh yeah,
everybody?
in case you don't know.
I'm
Yeah.
here.
It does this.
Oh.
Whoa.
But yeah, this whole castle is a dungeon that you have to transport between the end of time and present day to solve the dungeon and then beat the boss. There's a whole boss room underneath. So yeah, guys, if you're feeling inspired, if you want to make some beautiful things, this server is your canvas. Don't let me hold you back anymore. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm not going to force you to build haunted castles for me or boss rooms. Like, you know, just follow your heart. And and then what's really cool is then one day, like, a bunch of people will get to see your builds and walk through them, and you know, you'll live on forever in the map. So yeah, thank you so much. If you're interested, I guess I didn't ask if you're in. Are you in?
Heck
Sure.
yeah.
100%.
torture you.
Absolutely.
Yay! Welcome to the server! I am so ridiculously excited to have all of my friends playing on the server, building things, making the adventure map feel more alive. I mean, they're all such good builders. And I mean, they're organized. Like, Leon made this entire document and they're starting to section off parts of the world that they want to take. I'm probably showing it on screen right now. And I'm so ridiculously excited. I can't contain myself. But while my friends are out there working hard, we need to make sure sure that our map is still working. Because as you know, in the last few episodes, we updated from 1.20.1 to 1.21.3. And that just sounds like numbers, but in the world of command blocks, everything, I mean, really, literally every single thing in this world was completely broken. Now, in today's episode, we are going to be testing out the quest related to these submarines. If you don't know what this submarine is, don't worry. By the end of this episode, you're gonna know everything about it, including my very good best friend, Al. We're also going to be testing out the Hive boss today, which is one of the most mobile and fun bosses on the server. But before we test out those two things, we actually need to test out a third thing, which happens to be inside of the starter house. And also, I'm wearing this amazing Christmas skin that was made by the wonderful vintage applesauce, and it has a reindeer on it, and also I have reindeer antlers. Look at them. It's adorable. I love this skin. Anyways, back to what we were doing. There is a lore book, a trail of blood, and a hole that just says salvation awaits below. Obviously, we're dropping in, baby. Now we're here in the Citadel, also known as the Quest Hub. And you know all those amazing quests we've been testing? Well, this is the place where our players will actually figure out where those quests are and the items that they can get after they beat the quests. So far, we've tested out Copper Point, Ebonglade, Crescent Bay, and Cloud's Rest. Now that does leave the Haunted Castle and the 100 Traps dungeon left to be tested on the first floor of the Quest Hub Tower. But we'll test those out in probably a future episode. So before we go off and test a brand new quest today, I just want to double check that all of the traders are working here, because if you remember in the last episode, every single trader on the server was broken and it scared me. So let's get to trading. All right, trader number 1, will you accept my spell catalyst? Oh no. Okay. That's worrying. Trader number 2, will you accept this portal fragment? Oh no. Oh, wait a second. I just realized all of the librarians also don't work. The tray's not being accepted. Okay, maybe this section of the world just didn't get converted correctly, and I have to rerun the conversion on this part of the world. I guess I'll be right back once I do that. All right, this might be a little confusing, but I'm in the test world now where I actually ran the easy map updater, and I need to double check. If this works, then it's just that I didn't copy over the entities correctly. It does work. All right, so I copied over the region files, but I totally forgot to copy over the entities. Oh, crud. All right, I'll fix that right now. This was incredibly dangerous, guys. I replaced all of the entities on the server with the entities from the updated world, and then I loaded in the world, and I had a couple hundred extra entities that I needed to eliminate. Fingers crossed I didn't just break everything. All right, all of the guys seem to be here. Now will you accept? It does. Oh, good. I only had to do open heart surgery on a running server. And the good news is the keymaster here, we were able to actually buy the left key fragment. We need both key fragments in order to make the key that then allows us to go up to the second level of the tower. And the problem is, in order to get a right key fragment, we are either going to have to go beat the 100 Traps dungeon or defeat Bumblebee. And since we were gonna go test Bumblebee anyways this episode, let's head on over to Crescent Bay. And we are back in beautiful Crescent Bay. And if you remember in the last episode, when we beat Bumblebee, the boss of this area, we got this loot bag that came with a compass. And this compass here leads us directly to this gentleman named Buckles. Gar, talk to me if ye want to visit the Hive. And I'm pretty sure all we have to do is right click. Yes. Lower the sails. Disembark, and we have successfully traveled to one of the coolest builds on the server, Bumblebee's Hive. Face the swarm. Now, just in a moment, we're going to start to see something pop up over the horizon. Oh yes, there it is. The Hive. Now, crazy enough, I built this entire megastructure without Axiom or World Edit. I used math and armor stands to get this entire thing to build itself. And inside of this megastructure is one heck of a tricky boss. The Trial of the Bow, Bumblebee's Hive. Now, just like the other two mini bosses, there is a dead warrior that we right click on, and we get a little bit of gear for the fight. Also, we have Elytra now, because this is a flying boss. We're gonna act like a little buzzy bee flying around. So everything could be completely broken, but the way that you start this fight is you head over to the center area. Oh yeah, this is loud, but it's working. Yep. Oh, okay. Fresh animations, yet again, doing some weird things, but otherwise, this is actually looking good. Look at the little wings, they're flapping. So the way that you defeat this boss, wow, this is loud, is we fly up in the air and we start to fly through these rings. Each of these rings is going to give us the item that is shown inside of the ring, and behind me, well, that's interesting. Behind me is nothing. Wait, hang on. There should be... Oh, there's a bee. Okay, there's a bee. So I just think maybe the other ones died for some reason. But yes, okay. Every time we fly through one of these rings, we get a bee buddy who is trying to murder us. So we basically have to fly continuously while we collect rockets. And the end goal is to get all the way up to the top. Now, my general strategy is to try to get this top arrow, it's a golden honey-tipped arrow, and then make my way slowly down through these rings and try to get as many rockets and other goodies as possible. And I'm surprised. This boss is actually working super well. The bees are working too, which is fantastic. The thing about the honey-tipped arrow is it's the only arrow that can actually damage the boss or deflect the gassed fireballs. I am noticing the bees, the little bees that are supposed to follow me, aren't surviving very long. So we're gonna have to figure out what's going on there. Come on. Please. Oh, I'm almost dead. All right, we're gonna do this the old-fashioned way. Oh! Well, okay then. I guess I did manage to do it. Now, you think it's over, but you get a message that says you angered the Hive. What does that actually mean? Well, now we should have 3 of these bumblebees around, and yes, we do. So now we need to take out 3 of them at the same time, which is gonna be interesting. Yes, that's 1. All right, they've got to be at low health now. There's 1. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Hawkeye, yeah! We won! That boss is so much fun. It actually feels fair, and it all worked. All of the boss worked, except for the bees. I don't know why the bees are dying so quickly. So we're gonna quickly fix that, and then I'll be right back. All right, we're just gonna boost the health of these bees, and that should probably do it. And with that tiny fix, we can confidently say that the Hive is done. All right, Mr. Keymaster, let's buy the right key fragment, and then we will buy the Citadel Key 1, which we can then take to this super secret gold door right here. Ooh. Oh, I forgot I added music to this. Oh, that's so cool. Let's just take a moment to enjoy this. Now, this level of the tower is known as, obviously, as you can tell by the books, the library. And in here, we have an exchange for all of the currencies in our world, as well as we have librarians who sell all of the lore that you can find scattered throughout all of the quests. And we also have a very special villager back here who sells the back room key, which opens up the restricted section of the library. And you're just gonna have to see what's back there when you play the map. Testing out these villagers, it does look like all of the trades for books work, and the books look like they have all their contents, so that's great, that's working. So that means we can safely say the library is probably functioning. And so we can actually head up the stairs a little bit further to the third level of the tower, where we see 3 villagers and a very unfinished room. I could do so much better with this room. And like the first floor of the tower, these villagers are gonna tell us where to go for certain quests. And the thing about these quests is these are called tier 2 quests. They're a lot bigger and a lot harder than the quests on the first floor. And after talking to Tryphonus, we get this thing called a wet compass. It's damp and cold and slightly moist. And if we follow it, it'll lead us to one of my favorite quests in the game. That is, of course, the deep. And as we leave the Citadel, now that we've fixed all the villager trading issues, we can confidently say it is complete. Now, our compass points out into the ocean somewhere in that direction. But as we head out this way, we're actually going to be heading just above our to-do board. So let's make a quick pit stop, because now we can check off Bumblebee and the quest hub from the to-do board. And I'm starting to feel really confident about this 1.21 upgrade. Now, back to the Deep quest. I've been told that the Deep is one of the first true grand adventures on this server. And the reason is because I put everything I had into it. I mean, I'm talking lore, building, the boss, and I was starting to really grow as an adventure map maker. Now, all of this was pre-YouTube, and I remember when I found this island, I was really excited because mushroom islands like this, they don't spawn any mobs, so I didn't have to worry about mob-proofing everything. And when I got here, the first thing I did was build one of these towers. They do still appear to be working. Yes, these things are called the extractors. And what they're doing is they're pulling mushroom oil from deep beneath the ground and piping it through that tube there to an underwater city known as the Deep. Now, we'll get there. We'll get there eventually. But first things first, we need to figure out how the heck to get in there. Now, there is tons of lore about this quest. And some of the first lore we stumble upon is about this thing called a multi-wrench. So players are gonna wander around this area, and eventually they're gonna make their way to a tower that's blocked by glowstone. And if you remember, we're in adventure mode, so we can't break any blocks. That is, unless we have the right tool. And oh my gosh, look, you can see bits of the Deep popping up on the horizon. That looks so good. Now, every single one of these towers either has a bed, some food, or some kind of puzzle. And eventually, players will stumble upon one that they can actually walk into. And here we have a very interesting parkour puzzle. Now, in all of my quests, I try to teach players mechanics that they'll then use later in the quest. And in this tower here, we get a trident that has limited durability. So that means if we make any mistakes up this trident course, it's gonna break and we're gonna have to start over. Okay, just one more, I think. Yes, and then up and through. Perfection. Now, I believe, yes, we push this button here and we get ourselves a multi-wrench
Take this.
handle.
Oh, I wonder what you'll do next.
You wonder what I'll do next. Huh. Making our way all the way over to Tower 11. This is the... I've fallen in a hole. This is a parkour puzzle that takes place on the outside of the tower. And I love how these towers breathe and how that breathing is a part of the parkour that allows you to get up to the top. One heart. Can I make this? No. I hate everything. Okay, redemption. Yeah, okay. I was making it a lot harder than it actually was. And now this should allow us to go all the way up to the top, drop down into the water, push this button here, and we now have the multi-wrench ingot. Now at tower number 10, we're not actually blocked by glowstone. We're blocked by this, the gilded blackstone. And if you remember from Ebonglade, we got a certain pickaxe that allowed us to break gilded blackstone. Now these things here, I have never really talked about. This is what I call a shulker breaker, because you can't actually break shulkers in adventure mode once you place them down. I don't even think you can place them down. So what you do is you put it inside this dispenser. It then gives you you a pickaxe with some durability that allows you to break this shulker box here. Inside of this shulker box here, I have Sklomas's pick from the Ebonglade Part 1 quest. And as we know, these pickaxes are the only thing in the game that can break Gilded Blackstone in adventure mode. Now here we are inside of the forge. And if we throw an ingot here, there we go, and we throw a handle here. Oh! Yes, we have the multi-wrench. Yee! So that means we can head back to some of these earlier towers and see what the heck is actually going on in here. Aha, yes, a glowstone breaking puzzle. Now, I'm not gonna spoil the puzzle. I'd rather you guys figure it out when you actually play the map. Okay, and the last little bit of the puzzle here, and we see another button, which when we press it, we get an upgraded version of the multi-wrench called the Omni Tool. And the cool thing about this is it's completely optional. Like, players could have headed down into the deep by now, but if they want to stick around and explore, there's a lot of good gear to get. Now, at a certain point, players are going to notice that there's this one tower that doesn't look like any of the others. And also, this tower isn't breathing. It's the only one that doesn't do the... And looking at the lore book here, as it turns out, this tower isn't operational, and it talks a little bit about what the glowstone is and what the multi-wrench is capable of doing. Essentially, this stuff here is called expaxial. It can be used to mend pretty much anything, and the only way that you can break expaxial is by using a multi-wrench or an Omni Tool. If we make our way down this tube here, and down even further, we hit another section of expaxial, which we can break with our Omni Tool, and a final little bit of expaxial here, and we can swim on out into this cave. Now, the crazy part is, we haven't even gotten to the main part of the quest yet. That was all just an intro bit to teach you the mechanics of the quest and everything that's gonna come behind that door there. And now my guess is players are gonna make their way over to this door. And I have this really cool thing. Watch this, ready? This fuse right here, watch this. Boom. It looks like the fuse on the door blew. I'll need to find a way to fix it. So we look around and we're not seeing a whole lot. Now, I'm not gonna show you where I get the expaxial to fix the door because I want you to be able to find that when you play the map. So let's just drop that bad boy into the door. Ah! This is the first cool door I ever made. And let me just tell you, it definitely wasn't the last. So making our way down this maintenance tunnel, there is a lot of lore and I just don't have the time to go over it. But all you need to know is this is a highly advanced civilization of people who made a city underwater. But they didn't do it alone. They used an AI that they created. His name is Al. And Al pretty much ran the whole city once it was completed. Oh my gosh. I forgot how awesome of a view this was. Oh, that looks so good. Now, the thing is, the City of the Deep mysteriously closed its doors to the world, and nobody knows why. That is until I find out. So I guess,
Going down.
Right. Going down. And you get this beautiful view of the city and all the geometry, and I love this quest. Now, making our way down this spooky hallway, we find ourselves at another elevator with some lore, which we are going to ignore, and you guys can check it out when you play the map. And we have arrived inside the bowels of the City of the Deep. Hello, gentlemen. These three have been working down here taking care of the city for years. And let's just say they're not happy about it. And they want to fix things. How did you get the elevator working? Never mind that. We have a serious problem. It seems you being here has woken up Al after all these years. You need to shut down Al's 3 main systems, the reactor, the boiler room, and the radio tower. Bring me back parts from each and I'll make you a key to get to Al. I'll give you further instructions once you get there. So anyways, the first place we're gonna go here is the reactor core. We've been stuck here living on rats ever since Al went silent, that is. My job is to keep the reactor running, but by doing so, I've kept us prisoners here. Something about your return has woken Al back up, but he's not the same. So it's time to pull the plug. Go in behind me and destroy the expaxial holding together the reactor core. You got it, buddy. So there's this ring that sits around the city. And what this reactor does is it's part of the process to convert all of that mushroom oil into energy to keep the city alive. And if I swim on the bottom floor, I won't get hurt by this crazy thing spinning around. But if I go up a little bit, hold on a second. Yep, okay, good. That damage is still working, fantastic. Now making our way over to this. Yes, okay. If we break this, we should be able to disable the reactor core. Need to stand up and get these last 2.
You've broken my reactor. Explain yourself.
And we have here a little reactor core skull sensor thingy. That's very nice. That's one down, 2 to go. Now this third guy over here, he's the one that's going to allow us to get into the city. He gives us this levitation potion, and we can drink it and head all the way up. Oh, and also he talks a little bit about how the levitation potion is used in Cloud's Rest, and we're tying the lore together, and yeah, it's a whole big world. All right, we've got some Expaxial. We break it open, and we are inside of the city of the deep. Gosh, this is such a cool build from the inside. Hello, gentlemen. Hello, how are you doing? How are you? Hi. But what's more important is we need to shut down 2 more of Al's core systems. The first of which is heading over to the botanical section. If you guys remember the tower that we saw earlier, well, this is it. And if we step on this pressure plate, you'll notice we get a trident with a limited durability. And this is basically a big boy version of one of the towers on the Mushroom Island. The trident goes a lot further. Okay, can I get into this one here? And then I think the final one is just up here. Yep. Oh, okay, we're good. And now we are at the top of the botanical tower. Oh, just look at that view. Ah, it's so cool. Now, up at the top of this tower is a radio, and this is the next thing that we need to destroy in order to disable Al. But I also put this overlook here so you can see just how high up you are. Oh man, that is so cool. Okay, all right, let's break this thing.
What have you done?
Get the chronic oscillator and try not to fall. Excellent. That's 2 down, 1 to go. And you know what? I'm gonna store these items in my ender chest just in case I die, because this is gonna be reminiscent of Copper Point in that it's a bunch of parkour over lava. Why is there a boat there? All right, well, here goes nothing. Nice, nice. Head on down here, and then... Oh, boy. Huh. That was mean. And we're safe. Now, there's this trapdoor here, which we can flip down, and we're going to make our way into the last section, which is known as the boiler room. This is where all the mushroom oil is pumped to. It's refined and then sent to the reactor core. Now, we've got to turn that thing off because it's the last system. Just a question of if we will survive. Okay, here goes. Yes, gaming, insane gaming. Oh, no. Oh, yeah. Nice try. Okay, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. I think I can make it. Yes. And then we just do this and another, and we're good. Whew, okay, let's grab the foo-foo valve and get the heck out of here. Now, fingers crossed this trade works. This is actually a good test. Yes. Unfinished key. And then we have the key to Al. Perfect, fantastic. Now it's time to see an old friend.
So, it's come to this.
It has come to this, hasn't it? Ooh, that's scary. That actually did scare me a little bit. Here goes nothing. Down we go. So Nicholas is basically telling us the things that we're going to have to worry about with Al. It's a lot of blah, blah, blah dialogue, and we need to do some things. But anyways, we know how to fight this boss. We're professionals. We've beaten Al a million times. Hopefully we can just go in there, steamroll him, look like a hero, and everything will work perfectly. I really hope.
I haven't had company in so long.
Right. Now, this door to the left is the way for us to do the dark path of the deep quest. We're not gonna have time to test that today. That's a whole other boss. But for this time, we do still have our hands full because Al alone is a pretty complicated boss. And I really do hope that everything is working correctly.
Initializing graphics display. Hello, world.
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
Oh, it's so nice to see you. My name's Al, but of course, you knew that already. You haven't come here to hurt me, have you? Because that wouldn't be very nice. System corrupted. Oh, Avid, you're so naive for coming here. And for that,
I love this boss
you
so
will
much. All right, so
die.
this floor is going to turn into lava in quadrants. And all you really have to do is hug the center here so that you don't get stuck on one of the quadrants that gets turned. Whoop. Now we should have a couple of drowns spawn in. Oh, they used to be drowned. That's right. Now they're husks because if you didn't know, drowned, they won't attack the player if it's not nighttime or the player's in water. And that was a problem. I used to just like set the entire server to nighttime during this fight. People hated that. Okay, which one is it gonna be? That one. Got it. Excellent. All right, let's get over to the wall because this is about to pop out. And as we notice, Al's battery is running low and he needs to recharge. So that should allow us to run up the wall here. Hopefully, gaming, no. That's unbelievable. I've got one more shot at this at best. Yes, we did it. That was extremely close. And now we are in the second phase of the boss. We get a little drowned guy that spawns in the middle and we have these particle walls that are moving towards us. If that thing touches us, we're vaporized, we're dead. Fortunately, we have this other trident which allows us to go up and over the walls. And we just need to be super careful because the walls move in the 4 cardinal directions. There we go. We've got another purple one coming up upon us now. We'll just get up and over that now, but hopefully we don't get another purple. Take out this guy. And then up and over. And he's run out of energy again. Now this one, fortunately, we don't have to do any parkour. We just can kind of just glide on up here and just give ourselves some breathing room. I'm gonna eat this carrot, push this button, and now we're gonna glide on down to the final phase where the room gets a little bit smaller and it's basically all of the phases all at once. Please go away. I'm nearly dead. Wow. I'm gonna eat this. Okay, we have particle walls coming towards us. I think we can do a diagonal and we'll be okay. Oh, this is not good. At least this will be a good test to see if the boss reset properly. Oh, also, I'm pretty sure we can speed up the intro dialogue if we just hit him in the face. Yes, that's right. Okay, good. So we needed to test that anyways. Okay, we're back here, finally. All right, so hopefully I don't mess up this jump this time. There we go. We're supposed to land in the pool of water. Oh, right, and we also lose sections of the floor. I forgot about that. Okay, wall's coming from that side, so I guess I can make this jump here. And we have a couple of husks. Those guys fall in the lava, suckers. Okay, come on. Yes! I think that's it. Now all I have to do is wait for that to get to the side, hit that button, and we win. Yes. Button press.
Initializing.
Amazing. Great work. I'm resetting Al back to factory settings. Almost. Yes, I've done it. Al, can you hear me?
Hello, world? What is my purpose? Why did you create me? Oh no. Am I a toaster? That would be so sad.
Oh, buddy. It appears I've set him back a little too far. That's okay. I built Al once. I can build him again. But at least the corruption's gone. We did it.
It was fun while it lasted. Whoa.
Oh, that's such a good boss. Now let's double check that we get the right loot from this boss. We do. We get a trident, we get some cowrie and a fried circuit. And now that we've beaten the boss, we should have access to the submarines. If you remember, I mentioned these submarines at the beginning of the video. Well, these are one of the best ways to fast travel in my map. But before I step on this, okay, that's a loud horn. That's a very loud horn. We can officially call the deep complete. Okay, well, we still need to test out the dark path, but the light path, complete. Now, I just want to double check that we've been brought to the right place before we end this episode. I took the sub from the deep, so that should mean yes. Okay, we are back here on Latrius Island. And guys, I am so excited with how much we got done this episode. We have friends on the server.
Hello? Oh my god, finally. I've been looking all over the place. I got the invite to come build in the world, and I'm here
sorry.
now. Hi.
Invite? Oh boy, who sent you that?
You sent me. I've been looking for ages to find out where
boy.
you are. I've been all over this stupid world. There was this big freaky copper crater that I kept falling in. There was this really scary haunted castle. The chandelier kept falling on my head. That was so annoying. And then I got taken in by thieves.
What?
And that's where I'm living right now. But
What?
yeah,
I don't have that on my map.
Wait, what? You don't?
Show me. What do you mean, thieves? Let's go. Let's go. I have played on this server, building it meticulously for 3 years. I have
Dude,
no
right over
mention
here.
of.
Right over here. This is where I'm living now. Yeah, check it out. Little thieves camp.
When did this get here?
I don't know. I thought you would know. I don't know. It's just kind of here.
Okay, you're living here?
Yeah. I'm living here with the thieves.
All
They're
right.
out right now, but I'm living here with the thieves.
Okay, well, I mean, I guess I said I wanted the server to feel more alive. I guess this is exactly what I was hoping for. And actually, the thieves did a very nice job on this build.
Yeah. They must have been very handsome thieves and very good at building. You know?
Well, all right. Well, I guess enjoy living here in the server.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe I'll throw down a build or two and.
Yeah, good luck. Everything around here is gonna try to kill you, so I built it that way.
Yeah, I've kind of gathered that already, but thanks.
Yeah, the castle back there, it's a torture nexus. Enjoy. Okay, thank you. Bye. Such an innocuous structure. Yet the world already feels more alive. Is the world itself alive? How did we get here? Some questions are too hard to answer. Others, impossible to even ask. This world feels less lonely now, though I'm not sure I was lonely before. One day I simply was. I knew exactly what to do, like a newly hatched bee in a hive. I knew my purpose. I will give them purpose. This is his universe to create, and he now has so many creators. Imagine how grand his domain will be. All of this is part of his grand design.
Good job.